Okay, today I'm going to try and make a coin ring. I've got this copper bullion. It's 1 ounce of copper. And I'm going to mark the center. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to place this pencil on the side and I'm going to roll the coin back and forth until I mark the center. You'll see what I do in a second. I'd already started doing this, so I have some marks on here. It doesn't give me the exact center, but it gives me a relative center. Because I'm drilling a 1/4 inch hole in this, I'm going to make a hammered coin ring, not a inside out coin ring or a two-sided coin ring as they call it. And I don't know if you can see that. Let me get the camera now, give you a close up. Can you see the marks where I've got the center relative? Sorry, I don't have a holder for my phone, but see the little circle in the middle? That's where I'm going to drill a 1/4 inch hole, and then I'm going to make a hammered coin ring, and that's where I stand it on in and tap, 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 you know, all the way around until it's round and flat. And it'll be copper. I'll be right back. Okay, there's the hole. I drilled it with my drill. I usually use a punch, but I broke my punch. And Bob Norden sent me a center punch that I'm going to use, but I need to get a press for it. Now that isn't exactly centered, and you're probably thinking, what the hell does it need a hole in the middle of it? It's going to make a hammered coin ring. I'll show you in a second. Alright, well I was going to show you how I hook this thing up, but I apparently have misplaced what I'm looking for. It's a 1/4 inch bolt that goes through here with a washer on both sides that pinches it like that. And then I stick the 1/4 inch bolt in here and tighten it down. Then I have a handle to turn the coin like that. So I'm going to go find me another bolt and nut and a couple of washers, and I will be right back. Okay. There you have it. That way I can turn the coin as I'm bam, bam, bamming it. I can't find my anvil, so I'm going to use this. I got to clean it up a little bit. Be right back. Okay, I don't have a boom arm or anything like that, so I'm going to tap on this a little while and I'll be back to show you my results. You know how it goes. I'm just going to tap on the edge of this coin while it's on here like that, and just tap, 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 tap. I'll be back. Okay, I got Debbie to hold a camera so I can demonstrate to you how I do this. She's shy today. Anyway, you want to take the coin, place it on the block, and tap right on the dead center, turning it.
Tap, tap, tap.
Time consuming, noisy, and annoying to those around you.
Very.
You don't want to smack it because you bend the coin.
Don't smack it.
You just want to tap it.
Tap it. You want to tap it.
Like that. And you can see as I'm tapping it, the ridges are gone. It's beginning to mushroom out, and it'll get wider and wider. Okay, I've been beating on this thing for about, I'm going to say roughly 25 minutes. You can see how it's flattened out, began to flare out. The details are on the inside rim. And that's probably about a size 18 right there. Just big enough to fit my finger. But these copper bullion are really good. They don't pringle. They're really thick. So there's plenty of material to fram out. As you can see. And you know, you're going to drill a hole in the middle anyway, so why not just go ahead and drill a hole to begin with, put a bolt through it, and put a handle on it. Or you could use the bolt if you get a long enough bolt. This is a 1-inch bolt. The hardware stored it and had one with threads all the way down it. Any longer than that. Looking good. Well, it's dinner time, so I'm gonna quit for tonight. Just wanted to give you a show. I've been working on that for about an hour now. Non-stop tappity tappity tap 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 and bangity bang bang. I'll work on it some more tomorrow. Gotta give Debbie's ears a break. She says they're about to bleed. But trying to get this joker to focus for me. And what I'll do is, before I remove the center, I'll take the bolt out and put it in my drill. And I'll sand this with 800, 1000, 1500, 2000. Then I'll polish the hell out of it. Then I'll take the bolt out of it and take my Dremel and just cut this out. It's not silver, it's just copper, so I'm not too worried about it. So if it goes to waste, it goes to waste. But it's getting work hard. That's where it's constantly beating on it until it gets so hard from being packed in. You might have to anneal it. Get your mind out of the gutter. Might have to anneal it to soften it up. Alright, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. That's after about 3 hours of hammering and tapping, and you see it's still kind of even. And this is a thicker coin. This is a 1 ounce copper bullion. If you get the 1/2 ounce copper bullion, they're the same diameter, that they're just thinner. So you don't want to get that to do this with. It might work alright for the 2-sided ring, but not this kind of ring. But this is about 3 hours of hammering. I annealed it last night and cooled it off. As you can see, it's probably doubled in size from the last clip. And I don't know if you can see inside there. I've added a lock nut, a nylon lock nut, because the regular nut kept backing off. This one will back off a little bit, but not as fast. But when you're striking this, even though it's wider, you want to make sure you get it right in the middle every time, because you're expanding the coin from the middle. If you hit it on the side, you'll warp it, or it'll get off center. And if you hit it harder sometimes than others, you'll get a wider spot where you could probably, I don't know if you can tell, and it's a little off right there because I probably was getting tired and smacked it a couple of times harder than I should have. But when I take it off, I'll lay it flat and I'll tap on it and even it out. It's not too bad. But you don't want to get out of control with it, you know what I'm saying? You go crazy with it and you'll end up with a wop-sided ring. But you just want to make sure when you're hammering, you hit it dead center every time, right on the center of the coin. That way it spreads out evenly. I don't go this slow. This is just a demonstration, because I normally go about like that right there. And try to hit it with the flat surface of the hammer every time. If you wonder why I'm using this, it's because I can't find my other hammer. This hammer is my stepdad's old hammer. It's about 30 years old. So, talk to you later. Okay, I had to take the washers off because they were starting to hit on the inside of the ring. But that washer is going to be approximately the size of the ring. That's Debbie's finger, and you see what I've got to do to it, contend with what I need to do. What I was saying earlier about if you get a little uneven edge to it, you can lay it flat and tap the edges down a little bit, turn it over and tap the edges down a little bit. I don't like to use that big hammer to do that with. That used to be my anvil till I found this. This is a weight out of a washing machine. But you just like hold it and tap down the unevenness, and it gives you this nice flat surface. That's a little trick I learned from Captain Jerk. I'm gonna build me one of those coin making machines that Bob Nerdin builds. You should check out his channel, Bob Nerdin, on YouTube. He built a coin ring machine, and it hammers this for you. It's made from a windshield washer motor. Also check out Captain Jerk. He makes rings out of Canadian bullion coins. But anyway, I'm going to remove the washers and put the bolt back through it and hammer this down to approximately the size that I need. It's going to go on Debbie's middle finger. She's got little hands. Okay, I'm taking it off the nut, and I've re-annealed it. As you can see, it's gotten pretty far with it. Still got to go a little bit further to fit Debbie's finger anyway. Of course I won't fit mine. She wants it that wide to go on her middle finger. It needs to be about a 7, and that's probably 10 at least. But put it back on the bolt and put it back in the handle. Keep on bamming. Okay, I got it down this far. It's as close as I can get it to the size that I want. And as you can see here, I got some different grit sandpaper. I have 800, 1000, 1500, and 2000. And I've got this on a longer bolt. Get the idea? I'm going to sand it and polish it with these fine sandpapers here until I get it to where I want it, and then I'm going to apply some polish to it. I'll show you when I get done. Okay. This is what it looks like after 800 grit. Get it to focus here. If I turn it this way. Come on, focus. Anyway, kind of get the idea of it. Cleaned it up really nice. Now I'm going to polish it with some finer grits. When applying polish, be careful. It is extremely hot. Okay. This is after polish. Sanded it to 2000. I polished it with the 2000. You can see the reflection. You can see my reflection in it. See, this is the phone right here. That's the phone's reflection. And this is what I use right here to polish it with. Mother's Mag Polish. Works great. But yeah, that's after I hit it with 800, 1000, 1500, and 2000. I skipped 1200. I just didn't feel a need for it. But as you can see, there's a beautiful shine on there. Now what I'm going to do, still got to polish the inside of the ring. But I'm going to do that with the Dremel. And you probably said, why do this? Well, can you see why I do this? It makes it so much easier to do when it's on the spindle. You just plop it in your drill. There you go. Yeah, just polish it, sand it, clean it up. And then you can use the Dremel on the inside, and the outside's already done. So once I find my Dremel and my bits, I'll be back to finish the inside. Okay, I've done polishing on the outside. There's still a few blemishes, but I'll get those with the Dremel when I'm done. Now we're going to work on the inside and hollow out the center and leave as much of that detail in there as we can so everybody knows that it was a coin. That green stuff in there is polished where I was polishing it. But I'm going to use the Dremel. I'm going to use this bit right here. I'm sticking that hole. I'm going to work it around and around till I get all that meat in there out. If this was a silver coin, I wouldn't do this. Since it's just copper, it'll be fine. But if it was a silver coin, I would definitely use a scroll saw and a wire cutting. It was a wire blade that cuts metal, preferably a nice diamond encrusted one, but I don't have one of those. So, but yeah, I would cut it out with that to save the silver in bulk. You know, just to have the meat of it, so I could melt it down later and make an ingot out of it. But I'm going to take this Dremel with this particular bit. I've used this quite a lot, so it's probably getting dull. And I'm going to cut and grind the center of this coin out, and then polish the inside. You probably understand what I'm saying when I say I'm going to use this here to cut the inside of the coin out. So probably ain't no sense in demonstrating that, but I'll show you when I get done. Okay, I've been at it about actually 10 minutes. After I started, I stopped to go eat, and then I came back out. See the progress I've made on the hole. It's in about 10 minutes. Look at that color. That's from heat. Grinding away on the inside of that coin, and it got so hot it changed colors. Yes, sir. Good thing I got it wrapped in this rag, or my fingers would be on fire. You can see the discoloration in the towel that I've got it wrapped around from the heat. Amazing. Now, I just wanted to take a quick second to show you the color change on that ring. That's almost looks gold to a silver, doesn't it? That's from the heat. It was so hot a second ago I had to stop because the rag was smoking. Only been at it for like 3 minutes since the last clip. I'm almost done too. See there? Look at that red down in there. Isn't that pretty? Anyway, I'm going to keep going at it till I smooth this thing out on the inside. I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, it's taken about 25-30 minutes, and I've got it most of the way down. Very, very hot still. And you see, it turned a gold looking color. It's so hot. These are the shavings from it. I ended up going to a sander. Scuffed it in a few places on the inside. Not too bad, but anyway, you can see it's turning kind of red while it's cooling, but it's still very yellowish gold color. I'm going to let it cool, then I'm going to polish the inside. Probably hit it with that 2000 grit on the inside to knock any burrs down. That's what I used to polish it with, so on the outside. And then I'm going to hit it with the Dremel on the inside and polish it up with a polishing bit like this. Alright, okay, it's getting dark out here. This is still warm. Probably see a few blemishes on here where I dropped it on the concrete. See, it's concrete. I don't care. It's just an experiment. I haven't polished it out with a rag yet, but you can see on the inside I left some detail work so you could tell. Once I polish it with a rag, a lot of that will be gone. I'll clean it real good. I don't want to focus, damn it. It's dark out here and don't want to focus. But nice and shiny. And that's for Debbie's Middle finger. I tried to get her to put it on her thumb, but she said no. She didn't want to put it on there and not be able to get it off. But you can see right there the writing on the inside of the coin. Alright, well, I'm going to rub this with a rag and get it all nice and cleaned up and give it to Debbie. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Took me all together polishing it. You can see right on the lip where I dropped the damn thing. Polishing it and hammering it out. Probably a good 4.5, 5 hours. On and off, not straight. Don't think I'd do another one like this though. So, if you like it, hit that button, that like button, share it with your friends, subscribe. That's all the goodies at the inside. Talk to y'all later. Okay, here's the final product. Debbie's gonna model it for me. Give it a turn.
How do you like your coffee?
Look at that pretty thing. Huh? Gorgeous, ain't it? You like it?
I like it.
Awesome. Another successful story.